today's mini video, I'll be talking to you about some of the many different types of arrows in organic chemistry. Here are just a few that you should know. The first is the reaction arrow. That goes from a starting material to a product. So in this case, compound A is becoming compound B. It's forming compound B. The next type of arrow are electron movement arrows. And these are also sometimes known as curved arrows. The key thing about curved arrows is they always go from where electrons are, in this case this lone pair of electrons on A, to where they aren't, or where there's a place for them to go, in this case an empty orbital on this cationic B. When these electrons go to form this, to interact from A to interact with B, they form a bond, and we now draw that as A and B being bound together. It's also good to see that A and B can also, that this bond from A to B can also be broken. In this case, this bond, the electrons that were found in the bond, so we draw the arrow right from the middle of this bond, go back onto A, and this gives us back our starting materials. You'll note that what I've drawn here is an arrow going forward and an arrow going back. These are equilibrium arrows, and they show us that a system is in equilibrium. A common mistake is that people will say that they'll interchangeably use equilibrium arrows and resonance arrows. These are two different things. Equilibrium arrows show a reaction going forward and backward. Resonance arrows are showing resonance structures of the same molecule. And if you haven't learned about resonance structures, you can go to that video. And again, the key feature is that they are two different types of arrows, where this has a double-headed arrow, and this is two different arrows going in different directions. Now, a final little bonus arrow is something called a retrosynthetic arrow. And so if you look up to the left here where compound A is forming compound B, if you were instead asking the question, where did compound B come from? Well, B, retrosynthetically, came from A. Retrosynthetic arrows are a really powerful tool in more complex molecule synthesis. Thank you for your time.